In this video, I'm gonna show you how to model characters for your game really fast in Blender. On the left side there will be explanation of Blender basics and some techniques that I'm using for modeling. On the right side you can see the demonstration how I did few characters for my game in just 10 minutes. Don't worry that you missed some part of that demo. You can re-watch the video and pay more attention on it later. First you need to understand what I'm explaining on the left side. Here you can see what buttons I'm pressing. First I want to show you how I color the models, using color palette texture and UV editing. I learned this technique from Infenzia channel. You can check his lessons too. For this technique we need some color palette. You can do it manually in some graphics editor, or you can just download it as I did. There are a lot of resources with free color palettes, and I show you one of them, lowspec.com. Go to palettes and choose what you like. I prefer to order by downloads and pick the first one. Save as PNG 1x. Select your object and go to Shading tab. Now open the folder with your texture and drag it here. We need to connect this color to the base color and choose in that drop down closest one, because we're using low resolution texture. By the way, sometimes when you select the object you can see nothing in this tab. It's because no material selected. In this case you can create a new one or choose existing material from this drop down. Switch to the UV editing tab and here you can see your texture. I prefer to keep it as compact as possible. Now when your cursor is here, you can press A to select all the vertices, then press S and 0 to scale it down to 1 point. Then you can move this point using G and choose the color that you want. To be able to see the color result here, we need to switch to material preview. You can apply different colors for different faces. Choose the face that you want to color and select the color. Next feature is a loop cut. If you need to split your model into slices, you can press Ctrl R, choose the side that you want to slice and click 2 times. And now your model is splitted. Also, you can split it multiple times. For that, press Ctrl R again and scroll the mouse wheel. Now this cube split it in 4 slices. Also, you can choose where exactly you want to slice it. Press Ctrl R again, click 1 time, and now you are able to choose where you want to slice it. Next feature is mirror mode. Go to modifiers, add new modifier and search for mirror. And if you select some vertex and start moving it around, you can see that all your movement repeats on the other side. It is useful to make symmetrized characters. But mirror mode needs some preparation if you don't want to see this part of cube. If you move this object, you can see that this is actually 2 cubes. And if we want to have one cube with symmetrical sides, we need to divide it first. I will show you how to do it on the new one. First we need to split it. Press Ctrl R and click 2 times. Now select these vertices and press X. Delete vertices. Now we have a half of cube and ready to add mirror modifier. And now this is a single symmetrical object. But we are still able to divide this model if you move this vertex. To prevent this, you need to enable clipping. Now this vertices will be the one. Now I will show you how you can divide and mirror your object quickly. Let's delete this object and add new cube. Then just open the Edit tab and here is Auto Mirror plugin. click Auto Mirror, and that's it. The object is divided and mirrored automatically. To be able to see this plugin, you need to open Edit, Preferences, and click to get extensions. Here you can search for Auto Mirror. Here it is. I have it installed already, but you can see this Install button. And after the installation, you can see this plugin in the Edit tab. Now to the Blender basics. GRES. I use this keys 90% of my time. Use G key to move objects. If you want to move object along some axis, X for example, press G, X, and you can move it along this line. Now let's go to the edit mode, and now you're able to move some vertex or the edge, or you can move the face. Also you can enable this move tool and you will be able to move it that way. You can rotate your object using R key. If you want to rotate it along the X-axis, press R, X, and now it rotates along this line. You can do the same operation for some part of your object. For example, rotate this face. If you want to rotate this for some angle, 45 degrees for example, you can press R, X, 45 and hit return. And this will be exactly the angle that you want. You can expand your object using E key. That means extrude. And also you can scale your object or the part of it using S key. Combining these 4 keys, you can easily make some complex things. Viewpoints is another very useful feature. For example, if you want to move this cube horizontally and don't want to move it vertically, you can click Z viewpoint and move it around. Or you can rotate it along Z axis and it will rotate the cube horizontally. Then you can switch to the front viewpoint and rotate it only vertically. Sometimes you need to add separate meshes to your object. For example, if you want to make eyes for your character. I will show you how to do it. Let's delete this cube and add new cylinder. Go to the edit mode. I will enable auto mirror. Now press Shift A, add sphere for example, and I need to disable clipping. This will be our eyes. Let's scale it down, switch to the Y viewport and move it here. Okay, now our character has eyes. But when you select some other part of your object, you won't be able to select these eyes again if you want to move them, for example. In this case, you need to click somewhere in the eye and press L to select all the linked faces. And now you can move them again. Another useful feature is a Boolean modifier. You can extract one shape from another. I will show you an example on this cube and cylinder. Select the cube first, add Boolean modifier. In the object, select cylinder and hit apply. Now you can remove this cylinder and you can see the hole in the cube.
In the meantime, you can see the final steps in modeling this character. So, using all these tips and techniques, it took me 9 minutes and 30 seconds to create 2 characters and a slingshot for my game. In the next video I will show you how to import these models to Unity. Stay tuned and see you in the next one!